Hi.
Hi.
I'm Ken.
You know who we are.
Yeah, Ken and Neisha. Hi. I've been noticing on social media for the last few days, people are really worried about their Nexium and their Prevacid and their Prilosec and other acid-blocking medicines. And I commented on a post today, and it got a ton of feedback, so it made me think that maybe a lot of people don't know about this and are interested in it, so we thought we'd go live and answer questions. So there should be a share button down at the bottom. If you have a friend who has acid reflux, heartburn, gastritis, any of that stuff, or any of your friends take Nexium, Prevacid, Prilosec, Axid, Zantac, ranitidine, any of those guys, then share this so they can watch too. And we're going to chit-chat for a minute while everybody joins in. So guess where I just came from? I just came from Derek Conrad's house. I picked up 2 slabs of ribs and 2 barbecue chickens that smell amazing. And right after this, we're probably going to eat some.
And have heartburn.
Yeah, and then we'll have heartburn. And we might take a Nexium, but we won't take it for a long period of time.
I won't take
No,
Nexium.
I won't either, but that was a joke. Yeah. So make sure and share this with all your friends so everybody who needs to hear this information can hear it. And we're going to try to answer your questions. So will you get me pulled up too while I'm... Please.
Why do you not want to take Nexium every day?
Okay, so let's talk first about heartburn and acid, and then we'll get to why you shouldn't do that, okay? So I have a secret to tell you about Neisha.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what the secret is that I don't... What?
No, she's not pregnant. That's not the secret.
Maybe.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But the secret is that in her stomach right now, there's puke in there. Yeah. And in my stomach, there's puke. And in your stomach, there's puke. See, puke is only abnormal and gross and nasty if it's not in your stomach. When it's in your esophagus, it causes pain. When it comes out of your mouth, it's nasty. But when it's in your stomach, it's perfectly normal. Okay, puke is your friend. You want that to be there. You want that acidic, nasty, noxious, bilious fluid to be in your stomach at all times. That's how you digest your food. If it weren't for that acidic, acidy, nasty fluid, you wouldn't absorb your nutrients and you wouldn't absorb your minerals and you would have medical problems because of that. And that's what brings us to the reason Nexium's a problem.
What's the reason?
You seem so interested.
I am, but mostly because I don't take pills anyway. So
yeah.
I try to find holistic alternatives to everything. So, but I mean, that's where I'm cool because I can help you not take Nexium.
Mm-hmm. That's right, exactly. And there are multiple ways, and I think tonight we're going to talk about why Nexium might be bad and all the other ones too, not just Nexium. I'm not picking on Nexium. And what you can do so that you don't hurt yourself with this medicine. And then I think I'm going to go live tomorrow or Sunday sometime, and we're going to talk about natural ways to control or eliminate your heartburn and reflux without taking a pill.
We're not going to talk about that tonight.
Well, I don't know. We might if we have time. Do you think?
I don't know.
You're so wordy. I don't know if we'll have time. You won't shut up.
I know.
Sorry. So, okay. So, like we've already established, you're supposed to have acidic fluid in your stomach all the time. That's how you break down your food, and that's how you absorb your minerals. If you don't have that acid, then your food just kind of passes through you, and you don't pull out all the minerals and vitamins and nutrients that your body needs. So people who have heartburn, I've had it before, and it's not fun. It hurts. It's not nice at all. And so if you don't know better, you think, well, I'll just take a pill for that and make it better. Right? Makes sense. I take the pill and then the heartburn goes away. Where's the problem? Well, the problem is what these pills do is they block the cells in your stomach lining that make acid. That's how they work.
So fascinating.
Oh my God.
It is.
Are you sincere or is that sarcasm?
I'm being sincere.
You really are.
Yeah, I feel like I'm back in anatomy learning about the gastric system.
Yeah, they're actually called parietal cells and chief cells, right?
And I remember they were like little volcanoes.
That's exactly right. And they squirt the acid out. Now your stomach is aligned in, for lack of a better term, a thick snot coating. So we're talking about snot and puke, basically. Yeah. The snot that lines your stomach lining protects you from the acid in your stomach. You got acid in there all the time. It's totally fine. No big deal. And you also, at the top of your stomach, where it attaches to your esophagus, you have a pucker muscle. Right? It's called a
terrible
sounds
word.
nasty, right? The pucker muscle. It's called a sphincter. Not
That's
a much better word.
Yeah,
still pretty bad.
Worse word,
but that sphincter should stay closed unless you're swallowing food. Then it opens and lets the food in. Then it closes back up like this, right? And acid can't get back up into your esophagus. So when you have reflux or when you throw up, your sphincter opens. The acid can come up.
Say sphincter again.
Sphincter. Pucker muscle, sphincter. I don't know.
Hole.
You guys vote. Which
know.
one's nastier, sphincter muscle or pucker muscle? I don't know. So as long as the acid stays down here, you're fine. But when it gets up in your esophagus, that's when you have that ungodly pain, reflux, heartburn, whatever you want to call it. But it really is not bad. It's not nice. It's terrible. Have you ever had it much? I used to a lot.
Little bit, randomly.
So bad.
It's not like chronic. It's just every now and then.
So, but when you take a medicine like Axid, Zantac, Prilosec, Pepsid, it keeps those cells from making acid. So therefore you don't have as much acid in your stomach. Therefore you don't have as much acid splashing up into your esophagus. Therefore your heartburn seems to be better. But are you really fixing the problem? You're kind of not, are you? You're just masking the symptoms, but you're not really fixing the underlying problem, which is why something that should be here coming up here. Or if your reflux is really bad, coming all the way up here, and that's really terrible. So let's talk about that. Any questions so far?
Yes. What could be the reason for chronic abdominal growling? Asked Michael Pruitt.
Okay, Michael. Everyone's belly growls, okay? Some people have a very polite, well-mannered growl like Neisha. Some people's belly growls like a grizzly bear like mine. Growling is not a big deal. That's normal. That just means you've got an air bubble in your stomach, or in your intestines, and it's moving around. Not dangerous, not bad. Don't worry about the growling. That's nothing to worry about. You should never, ever take a pill if your stomach just growls. Never take a pill for that, okay? You take the pills if you're having burning pain, heartburn, or a chronic cough coming from the acid.
I don't know what that means.
Jared, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
If that's off colored, stop that. If it's not, then you may need to retype that. I don't know what that says.
Okay.
Okay, so taking a Nexium or a Prevacid every now and then, or a Zantac, there's nothing wrong with that. That's totally fine. But what has happened in America, we've got so many reasons to have heartburn and reflux that a lot of people have wound up just taking a Prilosec or a Nexium every single day.
Or Protonics.
Or Protonics, that's right. Any of those that block the acid cells. Well, proton pump inhibitors, that's one class. And then the other class is H2 blockers, right? So Zantac, Pepsid, ranitidine, those are H2 blockers. Pepsid,
pharmacology.
That's right. And then Prilosec, omeprazole, Nexium, they're proton pump inhibitors. But really what they do is just block acid production in your stomach. Okay? So the first part of this, we're going to tell you why it's bad to take them every day and what it can lead to. The next session, either later tonight or tomorrow, whenever, we'll talk about how you can naturally just not have heartburn all the time, because it really sucks.
Yeah, when it's bad, it's like...
Oh, it's awful.
Chest pain.
Right,
it's really
right.
bad.
So I don't want you guys to think, oh, he's never had it, so therefore he doesn't know it. Oh, yeah, I've had it. It's really bad.
Thanks, Kayla, by the way, for complimenting my hair.
Caleb, hello. What about this? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, where was I? Caleb.
Kayla.
Kayla. Oh, hey, Kayla. Hey, Kayla. I was about to get jealous. It's like, who's this Caleb guy?
Please.
Anyway.
We were at what might talk about later, but maybe not.
Right. Okay. So let's.
He thinks I'm not listening, but I'm listening.
Okay. So if you have daily heartburn, you don't want to just take a pill to hide the symptoms.
I have a question for you.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
If you're having daily heartburn, couldn't that be just because you're eating bad stuff? Could that, like drinking more water and stuff like that, could that not?
Exactly, and that's what we're going to get to in part two.
Okay.
There's all these simple, easy
I didn't know if there was an actual medical condition where you have acid reflux, or if it's
good
mostly
point.
diet.
There are actual medical conditions where there's nothing you can do about it. You have to have surgery, or you have to have some procedure done, or you may even have to take a Nexium every day. But the number of people who actually have those conditions are like 1 in 10 million. It's very, very rare.
It shouldn't be so common that people are having
That's
to take
right.
it every
That's
day.
right.
Okay,
I mean, if you put
that's
everybody in Benton County in an auditorium and look to your left, look to your right, 2 out of 3 are probably taking Nexium every day, and that's ridiculous. That just means we're not living a healthy life and eating healthy food and drinking healthy stuff, which is what we'll talk about in part 2. So, yeah, the pill makes you feel better, but that's not the answer. You know, I tell patients in the office every day, if you drink a fifth of vodka, you'll feel better. But that's not the answer. That's terrible. You wouldn't do that, but man, you'd feel great for a few hours. But that's not the answer.
Really bad, and you probably have heartburn.
Oh, you would have heartburn, yeah. So,
hey, does it cause memory loss? Vicky Todd said that she heard it causes memory loss.
Exactly.
Too.
We're going to get to that, Vicky.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. Make sure and share this so that all your friends can see too. And also, isn't there a notification button? So anytime we go live,
it's a
is
follow
that still
button.
there? Follow button.
Right.
Oh, it's right down. Yeah, it's down here. Just click the follow button. So anytime
Fine.
I've got a bright idea, you can listen if you want. Or you can block me out. It's okay. Okay, so yeah, we're going to get to the list of things that taking these medicines every day can actually cause. Is everybody clear on why there should be acid? Because in America, in the world, I mean, we hate puke. You don't want to throw up. That's the last thing in the world I want to do. So we tend to think, oh, that acidy stuff, that's bad. I should block that. But what you must understand is that it's good for it to be in your stomach. You want it there. Without it, you cannot break down your food and absorb your minerals and vitamins. And I know I keep saying that over and over, but it's because it's important. We're going to get to that in a minute, okay? So you've probably heard lately that it can lead to dementia, Alzheimer's. Maybe you heard that it can cause osteoporosis. Maybe you heard that it can increase your risk of infections like community-acquired pneumonia. All of those things are...
What?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So here's the thing. I'm happy that everybody's finding out about this, but I'm sad that you're finding out about it in 2016, 2017, because the first big papers about this came out in 2012. And I've been telling my patients for years, hey, I'm going to refill your Nexium, I'm going to refill your Prevacid, but don't take it every day. Just take it for a couple of weeks and then put it up until your symptoms come back. I've been telling patients that for years, but evidently other doctors and nurse practitioners and providers have not been telling people that, okay? It is not okay to take your Prevacid or your Prilosec every day. That's not okay. It leads to problems, and the way it leads to problems is the following.
Do they need to get another piece of paper? I feel like you're fixing to like right.
You don't have to take notes. No, you don't have to take notes. Your body is made of what you eat.
Yeah, you are
right?
what you eat.
You are what you eat, and that sounds like third grade, but that's the absolute truth. At the very heights of medical science at the Mayo Clinic and UCLA, you're still made of what you eat. If you eat crap, you feel crappy. If you eat the wrong things, blah, 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 right? But the point I'm making here is if you're not able to absorb the good nutrients out of what you eat, then you just poop and pee out your nutrients, and you don't have those nutrients for your brain and for your immune system and for your bones. And that leads to problems, okay? The article that's got everybody worried right now, and rightfully so, is there's a link between taking long-term Nexium.
Sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm itching.
Yeah, but your hair looks amazing, so. There is a link between taking Nexium long-term and dementia, Alzheimer's disease, absolutely. Now, how's that possible? When you block the acid, you don't absorb the minerals you need for your brain to function properly. And that's not going to show up today or tomorrow or next week, but it is going to add up over the years. And one of these days, way down the road, when you can't remember not only where you put your keys, because I do that, I do that a lot, but you're going to not remember where you live. And that's dementia. And that can definitely be caused if you're not either A, eating a good diet, or B, you're eating a good diet, but you're not able to absorb the nutrients. So yes, that's absolutely possible. If you take Prilosec, Prevacid, Nexium for long term, you could absolutely wind up with mental difficulties, thinking, Alzheimer's, dementia. That's possible, absolutely. Neisha.
Isn't like a really big cause of heartburn, acid reflux, a really nasty habit that a lot of people have?
Yeah, there's several nasty habits.
Yeah, what are those?
The vodka we talked about.
And
probably
smoking.
some of that.
Yeah.
Because, let me just go into that.
Why?
Well, here's why.
What does it have to do with your stomach?
Nicotine, caffeine, and alcohol all relax. Have we got a vote on the sphincter or the pucker yet?
No, I don't
Nobody
know.
cares. Okay. So that
only
pucker
one that
muscle,
bothers.
remember that guy right here? When you smoke or when you drink alcohol or when you ingest caffeine, it relaxes that muscle, and acid is able to splash back up in your esophagus. Mm-hmm. And so smoking, drinking too much alcohol, or eating too much caffeine, and even chocolate. Some people, my grandfather, it would give, if he ate one piece of chocolate, he'd have heartburn. And that's because it would relax that sphincter and acid could come back up. Okay?
I have a question.
Okay,
from
question.
the audience. Hang on.
Who's it from?
It is from
Hey, Shauna.
Kelly Gregory.
Hey, Kelly.
It's causing her heart palpitations, she said. When she lowered her dosage, it stopped. Why would it cause heart palpitations?
That's actually possible because minerals like potassium, magnesium, right? Magnesium is one of the main minerals that's not absorbed when you take Nexium every day. Okay? And as you know, what does magnesium do when you give it to pregnant women? If you give them enough of it, they lose their reflexes and makes their muscles, right? And it also does that on heart muscle. It relaxes
Well,
it.
that makes so
Right?
much sense.
Exactly.
You're
And so-
so smart. You must be a doctor.
OMG hashtag.
I say that to him all the time when he's a smart ass.
So if you... Facebook is going to get you.
Hey, I'm real.
So if Neisha promises not to curse anymore, everybody share this so your friends can learn about this stuff too, okay? So those are the things, and also overeating, being overweight, eating right before bedtime.
That's really true, though?
If you eat a huge meal. So one of the things, I'm actually writing a blog post right now, we're going to publish it before long, but there's 3 basic things you need to remember about this whole concept. The acid in your stomach is a liquid, so it has to follow the law of gravity. Number 1. Number 2, anything
Explain that to me, because I don't really get the... What do you mean?
So if I'm sitting here, I've got acid here.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have.
Oh, I understand.
You see, but if you
okay.
right, exactly. So if you eat, and so the second concept is that anything that increases the pressure in your stomach is going to increase your
pregnancy.
Like pregnant. That's exactly right. Or like having a big fat belly and you ain't pregnant. You know who you are, right? Or if you eat a huge meal and then go lay down and go to sleep. Any of those things can increase your odds of having reflux and the pain. Okay? And some people, it's so bad that it literally comes back up and they wake up choking in the middle of the night.
Shauna said, I get heartburn at night. Is that why she gets heartburn at night?
Well, it could be from eating right before you go to bed, or it could be from doing something else right before you go to bed, Shauna. I don't know. So, yeah. Love you. Sorry.
Love you, mean it.
Really do. And so those are really the key concepts. And so once you got those concepts in your head, you're like, oh, okay, so if I eat a big fat meal and then go stand on my head, I'm probably going to get reflux. Yes, that's exactly right. Or if you do anything that relaxes your sphincter like that, then you're going to get reflux and you're going to have pain, okay? One of the things that I used to notice...
Say it that way. If you're going to say sphincter, just say sphincter.
It's fun. So I'll just tell you from personal experience, I used to drink a lot of milk. And I had heartburn, I had heartburn all the time. Cow milk I'm talking about. I loved it. I grew up with it. When I played high school football, I used to drink a gallon a day. And I thought it was good for me.
It's not good for you.
I was just a stupid teenager. I didn't know what I was talking about. So so I had heartburn for years, and I didn't know why. But when I stopped drinking dairy, guess what went away?
Heartburn?
Yeah, it went away. And then, So even things in your diet can give you heartburn by relaxing that sphincter, irritating your stomach.
Is it because dairy promotes mucus?
That's part of it, but it also just inflames the lining of your stomach. And if your stomach gets too confused and irritated, then that pucker muscle will just relax, and then the acid comes up. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about that, and we've talked about the things that can cause it. Mm-hmm. And so now let's talk about the things that you can get. Okay, got a question?
No, we're buffering.
Oh. Is it buffering now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's still recording though, right? They can watch it later.
Maybe.
You guys, if you have questions, type them in the bottom and we'll answer them. And we promise not to make fun of your bad habits if you have any, and we know about them. There we go. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
So now, let's talk about the possible medical complications that can come from this. The one you're hearing about now is dementia, Alzheimer's. But back in 2012, the American Academy of Family Physicians published an article talking about this very thing, 2012.
Yes.
Right? 5 years ago. Okay? So, hello, doctors, wake up, get your act together. If you haven't been telling your patients about this for years, what are you doing? Okay? All right. So, anyway, they said, hey, your risk of catching pneumonia goes up if you take Nexium or Prevacid or Prilosec. I'm going to say Nexium for the rest of this just to save time. But when I say Nexium, I mean any acid-blocking medicine whatsoever. Got it? Okay. So, taking any of these every day can increase your risk of actually getting pneumonia if you're an older person. It can increase your risk of osteoporosis because the minerals are what make your bones strong, right? And if you're not absorbing your minerals, then guess what? Your bones are weak and brittle and you fall and break a hip, and that's the end of that, right? There are many other things, and I guarantee you that the more research that's done, they'll find that there are hundreds of things that are caused later in life by chronically blocking your acid in your stomach for years and years and years. So it's just a bad idea. You don't want to do it. God put that acid there for a reason. He's a smart guy. Don't try to be smarter than him. If he put it there, then shut up and leave it there. It's supposed to be there. If you're having it come back up here, there's a reason for that. Fix the underlying reason, and your symptoms will go away. Neisha.
Can you become like immune to the effects of Nexium if you take it for too long? Like it just stops like a rebound effect or whatever?
Physiologically, no. It's not like a narcotic. You don't get used to it. But if the reasons that you're having reflux are bad enough, Nexium just won't be enough to stop it. Yeah, so you can actually have reflux that overloads the Nexium. And some gastroenterologists will put you on 2 Nexium a day. But that's rare, and really you should never do that. You should just fix the underlying problem.
This connection's not great. Sorry.
Will it buffer when they're watching the playback?
It's fine. It's just we're blurry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So ask me questions, and what is that? What did Jay say?
Harassing my
harshing my mellow. I don't understand, Jay. What?
Lynn Nathan wants a bath bomb.
Wrong. Go live, Lynn Nathan. That's Neisha you're thinking about, not me.
Isn't it dangerous to take acids with certain drugs due to the effects slow down absorption?
So if taking one of these acid blockers will keep you from absorbing your medicine, then it stands to reason it'll also keep you from absorbing your minerals, your vitamins, and nutrients, right? Right, yeah, of course. And so a lot of your medications, you don't want to take at the same time as you take your Nexium. You want to take them 12 hours later so that the acid is already starting to build up again and you can actually dissolve and absorb the medication that you need for some other condition. Yeah, that's exactly right.
What about Tums? Do they count in this category?
Good question. Tums, Rolaids, Mylanta, all those things don't block the acid production. They just temporarily coat your esophagus and neutralize the acid that's here. And so unless I had an uncle who used to eat like 5 rolls of Rolaids a day. That's a problem. Don't do that. You can actually cause problems doing that. But if you take a Tums or a Rolaids or Mylanta every now and then, it's no big deal at all. No, it's not a problem. But that's the thing I want you to understand about Nexium and all the others is you can take it occasionally. It's perfectly safe and fine. And I tell my patients, take it for 2 weeks and then put it up. And don't start taking it again until your heartburn comes back. Because the lining of your esophagus is epithelium, just like your skin. It takes 2 weeks to heal. So when you take that for 14 days, it gives it time to heal. And then you should be able to put it up and not have heartburn again for weeks and weeks. And then for all those weeks you're not taking it, you absorb your nutrients again and you fix your brain, you fix your bones, you fix your immune system, and you stay healthy.
We have several people asking about the apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar. And we're going to talk about that in lots of detail when we do the second half. Apple cider vinegar is not an acid. It's actually a base. And so when you take it, it's like a turbocharged Rolade on nitrous. Okay?
But natural.
But very natural. That's exactly right. And so it cancels all of the acid in your stomach temporarily. and in your esophagus mainly, because you don't have.
But you can take it every day.
You can take it every day because it's perfectly natural. That's right. Yeah, you can take it every day for years and years.
A few times a day.
And it will never hurt you. It will never cause dementia. It will never cause osteoporosis.
I actually like it, but I'm weird.
She drinks Worcestershire out of the bottle.
Yes, I do.
She does. Yeah. So she actually likes apple cider vinegar, and you want to get the kind with
the mother.
The mother in the bottom. That's
Bragg's is the brand that we get. You can get it. They actually sell it.
Peter Lewis has it at his health food store. And where else?
They actually sell it at, I think, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm having a brain fart. It's the grocery store.
Cash Saver?
Yes.
Cash Saver.
I think they sell it at
I think
Cash
they do
Saver
too. Yeah, I think so. So you can get it at the health food store down on close to Down Home Restaurant, or you can get it at Cash Saver. You can buy that locally.
Witcher? Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Hashtag shop local.
Eat local, buy local, grow your own. Hashtag. All that.
DIY. Hashtag.
Yes, DIY. Okay, questions? Any new questions?
Vince Mathis says a tablespoon of yellow mustard kills his heartburn immediately. Why?
Well, mustard is not an acid, it's a base, just like the vinegar. That's exactly right. So it temporarily cancels the acid in your esophagus. Good idea, Vince. Very natural. It's never going to hurt you. You can do that as often as you need to. And if you quit smoking, you won't have that heartburn if you smoke, Vince. I don't know if you do or not.
Jane Hughes says that she has 2 hernias. Would it be safe to stop taking her protonics?
It depends on what kind of hernia you're talking about, Miss Jane. Now, let's talk about something called a hiatal hernia. What the heck is that? It's not a hernia that pokes out like most hernias. What it is when part of your stomach actually comes up through the opening in your diaphragm and is up in your chest cavity, and then your sphincter, it doesn't work good because it's not here where it should be. It's up here and it may be off at an angle, and it's like I can't close good, and so it doesn't work. So for people like that, sometimes you need to have surgery to fix that, or you need to do some of the natural things that we talk about later, but sometimes you do need to take Nexium more often than other people. Okay, what else? Questions?
Chastity says,
Chastity.
I want to take apple cider vinegar, but I can't keep it down because I'm not weird like Neisha. I don't enjoy it.
You can actually.
What can I do?
Tell her you take this one. This is you.
Well, there's some oils for that. One of them is called Digize, and I haven't tried this yet because I'm all about the apple cider vinegar. But apparently, if you put 1 drop under your tongue, it cures it like immediately. But I haven't tried that. I think drinking a lot of more water probably helps. It seems to help anyways.
But can't you mix stuff with the Bragg's to just make it more palatable?
I mean, you can drown it in water, but then it's just a longer, more drawn-out process of tasting the terribleness if you don't like it. So,
yeah. I have some patients and one employee who will put however much, a couple of tablespoons in a glass of water, and then they just drink the water.
But there are pills now. I don't know if they work as good.
I don't know about that.
But they do have the pills. I don't know. I guess, does Peter Lewis have those?
Probably. I'm not sure, though. I know he has the Bragg's.
If anybody's taking those,
suck it up. Be a man or a woman and drink the Bragg's. Just turn it up like Neisha does.
It's really not that bad. Just like hold your nose. If you breathe
Neisha can do it, just turn it up. Right?
Yeah,
she loves it. It's so crazy. So, ask me questions. And also, if you're taking Nexium, Prevacid, Prilosec every single day, talk to your doctor and say, hey, I heard this is bad. Well, first of all, why haven't you told me about this? Second of all, what can I do to fix my reflux so that I don't have to take this stupid pill every day? Okay? What do we got there?
Cortisone shots in the knee, helpful or harmful?
That's a little off topic, Brooke, but they can be helpful. What was somebody asked one? Michael. What did Michael say?
He said he's taken the pills in the past, but I can smell the vinegar coming through my skin.
I don't really love vinegar. Okay, when I was about 7 or 8, my grandmother, she always had the vinegar on the table, and it wasn't apple cider; it was just the old vinegar you put on your
hot vinegar.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm always like, hey, I'm going to turn this up and drink it. And she's like, okay, go ahead. And I did one day, and I thought I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die. I remembered vividly.
Almost dying.
Yeah, almost died right there in my grandmother's kitchen from drinking vinegar. But apple cider vinegar is very safe, and it will not kill you. But you might think you're dying for just a second.
It'll take your breath away.
Let me tell you a trick that I do. When I do have heartburn, I'll take a deep breath, And then as I'm exhaling out my nose, breathing out, then I'll drink the vinegar so that I don't smell it. Because if I smell it, that's it. If it go, I can't stand it. But if I'm exhaling through my nose as I drink it, because once you swallow, it's too late. It's gone. You can't. It's over. Right? You're fine. But it's
you just can't think about it. If you think about it, you're going to psych yourself out.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Gag on it. A brick under the headboard that elevates you.
Yeah.
So
how are we doing on time? Do you want to go ahead and talk about natural things since we're already into it?
How long have we been? We've been talking about 30 minutes, so we probably need to get off in here.
Okay. We're going to do a part 2. When do you want to do it?
We do it Sunday. I'm not
Sunday.
Sunday, so.
Yeah, we'll do it Sunday, and we'll post an announcement so you know exactly what time. And we're going to talk about natural ways that you can fix your heartburn and reflux without having to take a stupid Nexium every day. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure and share this so all your friends can know not to do this daily pill taking thing that can really lead to long-term problems. Okay. Wow, this was fun. We'll do this again, yeah?
Okay, good job.
Okay, all right, good job.
First live video. He did, right?
Yeah, love you, mean it. Push that button quick.